Welcome to SHOWstudio's Fashion Radio, the podcast and video series exploring the remarkable relationship between fashion and music. Every week, I'll be joined by fashion's biggest names and the talent of tomorrow as they share their 10 life-defining tunes and the stories behind them. I'm your host, DJ Fatzoni, and today, since the 2000s, this bohemian talent scout has spearheaded the London fashion scene by nurturing the British design talent of tomorrow, including Simone Rocha, Green and Gareth Pugh, among many more. Her success has meant that she was named as editor-at-large of Love magazine during its tenure, and she also received an MBE for services to the fashion industry. Although she's most known by her nickname, Fashion's Fairy Godmother, today I'll introduce her by her real one. Of course, it's none other than the most wonderful Lulu Kennedy. When did you start Fashionista?
So I started in 2000, and it was honestly just because I wanted to help my friends, and that's kind of the basis of the whole thing. And I was lucky enough that people got behind it, and I've got patrons, the old Trimmery where we work out of an attic, they still look after it. So we're very lucky. That's quite a rare thing to find.
So you're still where you started, which is fucking brilliant. Right?
Brick Lane.
Yeah, well, it's Fashionista, isn't it? It kind of says, that's what it says on the tin.
Exactly.
And I mean, who's gone through Fashionista? Who started on Fashionista? I mean, I know Shet Lowe, and there's so many of those kids, right?
Yeah, you've had quite a few of them on your shows.
Yeah, of course.
Martine, obviously.
Well, listen. Martine was one of my favourite podcasts that we've done. It kind of was the turning point in this podcast for me when we had Martine on, because it was just so relaxed, and it made everything seemed how it should be, because she was like, everything that came out of Martine's mouth was just so relevant in the sense, but it was effortless. Yeah,
she's the one. She's like that. Yeah. She always has been. She's not changed in all the years I've known her.
And her collections and everything about Martine, I love Martine Rose. I just don't think they sell it in enough places, if you ask me.
Oh my God, I've been trying to buy something in an actual shop in London.
It's so fucking annoying, isn't it?
It's difficult. What the hell?
I found a shop in Ibiza that actually sells it.
I know, I heard that. You need to give me the address.
Yeah, they got it. And I have every colour Martine Rose T-shirt. Just the standard Martine with the signature.
Yeah, the classic.
But I have it in every colour, and I have it. I have the spring, so every season she does a show, I get the T-shirts as well. So I have them in every colour and every size, I'm an avid collector of a lot of things, as you know.
I don't own enough of her stuff. I actually regret how much I don't have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to raid her wardrobe.
Who else has gone through Fashionista?
Jonathan Anderson, J-Dubs.
I mean, come on, look. I mean...
Grace, Wells Bonner.
Yeah. And look how well Wells Bonner's doing right now as well. It's another one that's
incredible. People
have really grabbed... Do you know what I mean? And love. And the connection with Adidas is pretty... I actually literally got sent a Wells Bonner the other day, actually. Tracksuit.
Yeah, she's so good.
Yeah, amazing.
Really,
absolutely amazing. So what do you listen to lift your mood?
So if I've had a really jarring day, I'll probably put something on that is quite trolling to kind of stabilise me. Do you know what I mean? Like something that's quite fuck you. That will just like calm me down. So my go-to one would probably be Grace Jones, Private Life. The lyrics are just absolutely...
Have you ever seen the video to it where it's just the red lights and the
she
light
takes
bulb?
her mask off.
Yeah, so genius.
My God, how clever is that? The concept and like...
I mean, it's visually stunning, and I can watch it and watch it and watch it.
Mesmerising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday. So she's one of my biggest heroes growing up as well. So always go to Grace when in doubt. And then Skepta, me and my daughter just listened to it, and she's starting to learn all the lyrics and, But he talks a lot of sense, and also he's funny, and, it's just trolling. And I just feel it lifts me out of whatever, funny mood that I'm in and resets me, and then I'll probably listen to some old house from the good old days. From my earlier days.
But Skepta's very much involved in that again now. So Skepta's DJing now, and Skepta's he sets really housey. Because when I heard, first of all, Skepta's DJ, and I went to see him play at DC10, and I was actually blown away by it. Because I really wanted it. I thought, this is going to be fucking and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And the knowledge, there was a real knowledge of house music there.
Very clever. Keeps reinventing,
which is great,
but staying authentic, which is quite a hard thing to do.
But you also you talked about Grace there, and I mean, you don't get more authentic than Grace. Do you get what I mean? And 30 years later, Slave to the Rhythm and all of these things that's just so exactly relevant as they were 30 years ago. And when you watch Grace perform it, even with the hula hoop.
The hula hoop.
It's mind-blowing. She played this weekend just gone in Pasha in Ibiza. And I was gutted. It was one of the weeks that I wasn't there. And I literally watched it online and I was just like, you know, it never, ever gets tiring.
No.
Because it's Grace. And you just think, look at her. She's just churning it. It's amazing.
I sneaked into an interview party in New York and saw her live, and I was as close to her as I was to her, and I couldn't breathe. Yeah. And I kept thinking, is this real? I was like, it was a real pinch for me, because, you know. She's
incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Was she inspired? Did you think she was give you a lot of inspiration?
Yeah, definitely. Someone to look up to and just so far removed from everyday life, you know.
And I quite like the fact that you have it on in your house, because then it means that your daughters are going to be inspired by it as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, what's your most influential track from your childhood?
I think The Power of Love really stands out. Because,
Frankie?
Yeah. It was just sort of, I don't know. There wasn't a particular, you know, record that I remember listening to much. My mum used to play a lot of classical, which I didn't really gel with.
Yeah.
It was just background noise to me.
That track came out at Christmas, so that people always referenced it at Christmas, and it's not a Christmas track, but the video obviously had Jesus and them on camels, the three wise men traveling.
So confusing.
And it was like, I wondered if it came out in summer, what the video would have been. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's such a genius track, and Holly is just, his voice in that is so beautiful and poignant.
Yeah.
And it's such, I mean, did you have it on in the house? Did your mum play it all the time?
Top of the Pops. I'd watch it with my dad, and it was like this, however long the programme was, half hour, of like just another world, a fantasy world I wanted to get into as fast as I could. Couldn't wait to just leave, you know.
And, you know, the thing about Frankie, they were so fashion forward. You know, they were head to toe in Yogi, they were head to toe in Comme des Garçons. You know, everything that they did was fashion based. And even when it came to like doing the Frankie Say Relax t-shirts, which were like complete copies of the Catherine Hamlet t-shirts at the time, it was such clever marketing, because everyone wanted to say Frankie Say Relax, because they were banned. Relax was actually banned from the BBC, so they released these t-shirts. Everyone was walking around in the t-shirts, and what better way to promote yourself than having a band single on Top of the Pops and Radio 1. It's kind of insane. A record like that now is, when you look back at it, you just think, why was that banned? Do you get what I mean? When we got like Nicki Minaj telling you to, you know. And you got so many people. I mean, you know, I'm a big advocate of the word cunt, as you know.
I do know.
And I just think that there's so many worse things in the world than the word cunt.
It's one of my dad's favourite words. We were chatting on the phone the other day about this, and we were talking about power of love, and it just brought back a lot of memories, actually, this whole...
Does that record do that for you now when you listen to it?
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, it's such a powerful vocal, isn't it? And the whole arrangement. And it's a bit melodic, and me and my dad were realising we're kind of quite drawn to melodic stuff. No.
Was there a lot of melodic stuff played in the house?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he was like quite Nina Simone, Tina Turner, you know.
So basically a lot of music from Trauma, you know, like literally it's like,
lovely,
but it's got soul, it's got feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's certain tracks that you listen to that your hairs stand on end, like within 2 bars, you know exactly what that is, and you know what it's going to do.
Wild in the Wind, Richard Nichol had one of his shows.
Yeah.
And like, just even thinking about it, I'm like...
It's amazing, isn't it? That, you know, that when you get that connection and you're at a show and you're watching a show and suddenly that comes in and you just like, you think, this collection's amazing, and then the music that complements it.
It just builds it, doesn't it, into this bigger and bigger thing.
It's
incredible. I can't stress enough to the designers that we work with at Fashion East, your music is so important on the catwalk, you know?
Totally. I mean, literally, you can be at the most incredible show and the music is so mundane and so boring.
Flat,
and it flattens you. The music needs to be 122 to 124 BPM, which is literally like heartbeat rate, and just
and
take
then the
it up
models
and take
can
it
walk
up.
to it.
Yes.
And then the whole thing works. The audience is like tapping their toe along.
And they need to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because music and fashion do go hand in hand.
Oh my God, I know.
And when they do, it's magic. It's pure magic.
It is. I was actually watching the Marc Jacobs Louis Vuitton 2013 where they come down the escalators,
Amazing.
Philip Glass.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that I was actually there. I was working with Katie at the time, and like that was just an out of body experience, like mental.
I watched Marc Jacobs last night, actually, his new show, like the basis of like Minnie Mouse, and he copied all it. It's incredible. He had like a little itsy beanie, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, which was very Marc Jacobs styling. You know, the whole thing was great. Yeah, again, like, you know, influence from Katie is in there. Do you get what I mean? What song do you have on repeat in the studio?
I probably drive Paul Raffi mad, who I work with, my gorgeous colleague. But I do tend to just, as a go-to, put on Cocktail Twins, just because it's like tinkling away, uplifting. I can't actually hear what the words are, so then I don't get distracted, because that's a problem for me, getting distracted.
Is it like a white noise thing in the background?
Yeah, but it's really just like cute and easy, but also just, you know, that indie vibes. I love it.
But there's something really magical about easily listening music. You know, it's like...
Yeah, don't knock it.
No, never. Heart FM, Magic FM. They're like gold mines. They're like... you know, whenever I'm like in a bad place, I just put it on, and I can have it on in the background all day long in my house, and I will never feel sad.
Yeah.
I'll always feel happy because something will come along. I'll be like, oh, love this.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Because what it is, it's just filling the house. It's like potpourri in the house. It's like filling the house with different fragrances. Different songs have that ability to take you on an emotional roller coaster throughout 100%. The day. And the Cocktail Twins, which track from the Cocktail Twins?
I mean the whole album that has Cherry, what's it, Cherry Funk, I can't remember. That whole album's just gorgeous.
What else? Anything else?
Lovers Rock.
Lovers, bit of lovers. You're a lovers going,
yeah. But then again, I do tend to get too drawn into it and start, you know, getting distracted because it's just a bit more intense, and I start, you know, vibing to it and forgetting what I'm doing. And
before you know it, you're out the door. Yeah. I get it. I do exactly the same thing. I start listening to a track and then I think, hang on, what the fuck was I just doing? And like I've probably been on a Zoom call, and I've got up and I've walked off and and I can hear people talking in the other room.
I pace the studio, so yeah.
No, I'm a good pacer too.
Yeah, I love to pace.
Yeah, I love to pace. Cocktail Twins is a good one.
I feel like I'm doing a disservice to them because they are obviously an iconic, incredible band, and to say I just have them on as background music, but
yeah, but no, I think that, you know, if I was to go into who I have on background music, it wouldn't be doing a misjustice, because what it is it's serving you. It's doing what music should do. There's certain levels, there's certain tracks, and there's certain artists that we put on for stimulation. Yeah. And there's some that we put on for relaxation or just to level ourselves out. And that's the magic of it. You know exactly where to go to and what artists to go to for that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what Lovers does to me. It's just very calming, grounding, you know, it's positive.
Yeah, I grew up on Lovers. My brother was a big Lovers fan and would always play Lovers. He used to be a soul boy and then he moved into Lovers. So it was always Lovers rock being played in our house when my mum and dad went out. And it would always be the battle of the room. So there was always that being in his room, and then there'd be electro in my room, and then my little brother, I don't know what he played, but it was fucking noisy. And he built his own sound system.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was,
in the house?
In the house, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
In the house. Massive bass bins.
Oh, I'd love that. I love all that. I'm from Bristol, and, you know, that's what I grew up around, all the sound system culture there, you know, so. And the clubs that were just really much more bass heavy than they are now, I think.
Oh, yeah. 100%. You know, and where we grew up in Battersea, we had, every estate had their own sound system.
Really?
Like, yeah, literally, they'd take over garages and car parks, and they'd all had sound systems, you know, which is why we've drawn. Do you go Carnival?
Yep. And they're in Bristol, St Paul's Carnival and Smith and Mighty. Do you know them?
Of course I know Smith.
So many people don't. They're my heroes.
But that's so bizarre that people don't know them.
They're behind so many, you know, incredible things. They're just quietly in the background.
Yeah.
I don't think they've had their flowers enough.
What is the musician today that inspires your style?
I've put Shygirl as my answer. I just love her. And Rainbow, my daughter, adores her too. Like, she just owns whatever she puts on, always looks great.
Yeah.
So relaxed and confident. And it's just something I aspire to, you know?
I kind of missed the boat on that one, on with Shygirl. I kind of was like, you know, I was so caught up in so many other like things going on in my life. And my partner loves Shygirl. And he was going, oh, we're going to see Shygirl. And I was like, Shygirl, like it sounded like an old man, basically, you know, turning into my mum or my dad. Don't know who Shygirl is. I do know Shygirl is. I just didn't know her name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then from that minute, it was almost like the algorithm on my phone changed. Because suddenly Shygirl was in my life all the time.
Yeah.
Like I went to award ceremonies, Shygirl was on. I went to this
She
and
has
Shygirl.
exploded, hasn't she?
Yes,
as well?
totally, and it's incredible.
Love to see that.
It's incredible.
And also, she wears a lot of fashionista designers and looks sensational in them. So we love that too.
Yeah, there's something about her, and you know that you look at her and you just think she's really got it. Do you know what I mean? She's really got
Star
it.
quality, yeah. You can't fake that.
No, you can't. You can have all the
She
stylists
has
in the
main
world.
character energy, and that's that.
You can have so many people have stylists that try and make them into this person that they're not, but you can see it. It's like, okay, it's, you know, they look like they just like rolled in glue and then rolled around in the stylist wardrobe. But you know, Shygirl, she carries that.
She does. She inhabits it.
It's styling.
Yeah.
We had this a lot on this conversation. You can wear fashion, but it doesn't mean you're stylish.
Yeah.
Some people can wear a jean and a t-shirt and look incredible.
Exactly.
And Shygirl just looks amazing in everything she does.
She does.
And it's just a great choice. What is the most important song you heard at a Catwalk show?
It's got to be Jeff Mills and Max Richter's orchestra at Kim's Dior show in Egypt in front of the pyramids.
Now, I know how much that show meant to you.
I'm still not okay. It was. I don't know when I've cried more in my life.
I'm gutted I
apart
never
from when
went.
Maradona died.
I'm gutted that I never went to that show.
I'm
so gutted. So that show changed your life, I think, right?
I mean, it was a real, like, what's the word when you just, a purge. Like, it was just so magical, and I didn't know I needed to cry so much.
That's beautiful,
You know?
right?
Yeah.
Just to be in that moment, it's a magical moment.
Yeah.
When music, fashion, and the whole story is put together. It's a masterpiece.
It really was. And the nicest thing was he sneaked out backstage and like squidged in
Amazing.
on the front row next to me, and I just was like transported. Yeah. Magical moment.
He does a lot for Fashion East, right? He supported you.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant, right?
Yeah, he's a very vocal supporter, which...
You know, which is admirable in this day and age for someone as big as Kim to actually... That's the magic of him, is the fact that he always knows that he remembers his roots, everything. Even when he does a collection, there's a nod to Ray Petrie, there's a nod to this person, there's a nod to that. You know, with the Chris
Judy
Neneh,
collection.
the Judy. Oh, the best collection ever. I have all of it. Do you get what I mean? Even like sweatshirts with the safety pin and all of that. So, you know, just the Neneh collection before Dior.
Yeah.
You know, it was just mind-blowing. You know, yeah.
We're going to a Kim spiral.
This isn't a Kim Jones podcast today. But, you know, sometimes I think that when you love stuff and you watch someone grow within their industry, they need to be applauded. Hence why you need to be applauded, because you're on here, because what you do for the young new gen designer. What makes you so excited about new gen?
Oh, they're just always coming up with brilliant ideas. You know, they might not have the means to execute them how they want to, and there's a lot of frustration, and, you know, there's a lot of hand-holding we do to try and get things as polished as we can, and music's a big part of that in the lead up to the show. But it's just the rawness of their ideas. It's always just, you know, every new season is new ideas, new kids. And
it's the same with music. So, you know, for me as a DJ that's been around 220 years, I get so excited by young DJs. I get so excited by up and coming artists. For me, it's like I push them. I'm not scared of pushing new talent. I think pushing new talent keeps me young, keeps me fresh
and connected. And
honestly,
it's a family.
It excites me so much when young kids send me mixes, or, you know, like a budding, like aspiring DJ say, "Hey, I've done this. Can you listen to it?" They send me tracks. It blows my mind.
It's great.
It never gets tiring. You know, people go, "Oh, it's not the same anymore." Thank God it's not the fucking same.
I'm not nostalgic.
You know, every great thing comes from that. There's a tip to it, or there's a nod to it, or there's the influence. You start taking that influence and turning it into something incredible, which takes us to best music video in terms of fashion.
I don't know why, but I love Manchild, and it's not even that there's what.
I love it too.
It's not even that there's that much fashion. But in
It's
fact,
the way it was shot.
yeah, and it's the way that, you know, Judy would have just done a towel in Neneh's hair, and it looks incredible.
And she had the baby in her arms.
Baby.
And you had Barry.
Barry coming into camera, and they were going off in a gold tier, wasn't it, he was wearing?
Yeah.
And then probably the Canal Street jewellery.
Yeah, all
what was
the
the
Canal
cap?
Street
Was it boy?
Yeah, it was a Boy London.
Was it? Or was
no, it wasn't a Boy London, that one.
What was the cap?
So he came into show and he had all of the gold Canal Street jewellery. Literally, Neneh had the towel, Judy's
got a hat with a...
Yeah, it's amazing.
It just gets to me.
Yeah,
also, it's
so beautifully shot.
Beautiful song, the arrangement of it, like, it's just really quite unique.
Like Mondino who did the video. It was Mondino, wasn't it?
She's just such a queen. I mean...
Amazing, right?
How can you not love her? And when she came on Top of the Pops, like, pregnant, and that was such a seminal moment for me as a young girl, just like, wow.
Literally, and dancing, so like, it was insane. And you know, those big gold hoops, like the big old chucker earrings. Amazing, absolutely incredible. Yeah. Everything about her, you know, what a great choice.
I think so, because it was just like they were just working with what they had, you know, but in a way it's so DIY. I love that culture.
But it was so simple.
Judy.
And it was streetwear, and it was streetwear at its finest, and it was just like the placement, the colouring, and it was just the way it was done was just so magical.
Who has a baby like that? Just, you know, so casual.
Over her shoulder.
Baby Tyson.
You know what I mean? And look at Tyson now.
Yeah.
Okay, describe what you're wearing.
I'm wearing fashionista, Tony. I'm wearing a Martin jacket, Ollie Shinder trousers, and Simone Rocha croc.
So basically, completely fashionista.
Yeah. Actually, the earrings aren't Pancanese.
Oh, we'll
allow it.
Yeah, of course. What season's that jacket from?
Oh gosh, ages now. It's the one with all the rave patches.
Yeah.
Utopia, Rage, Heaven.
Love it. But that's what's so brilliant
it's
about it.
It's ages ago now. But...
It's so London-based. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, I'm a big advocate for London, as the world knows. I'm very blessed to have been brought up in London and born in London, and I support London. And I just think that, you know, we go through phases where London becomes the pinnacle place, especially with fashion, and then suddenly it moves to Paris. And everyone wants to show in Paris or Milan.
Well, that's what things were like when I started Fashionista, was this real drift away from London. There were only, you know, New Gen was only really, it was very small and selective, and it was just like McQueen and Sophia Kokoslucky, she did my wedding dress, and a couple of other people, big people. And then there was this gap, and there was this sort of all these new young kids, and I really needed to bridge them on their way to New Gen. So that's why we kind of set out to do it, because it just felt like we have to, you know, stick to what we believe in, and that's the young talent here in London, and just get them started, get them going.
Do you go to a lot of the degree shows?
Not as many as I should, probably.
But
Try to. I'm teaching more now in the colleges.
But you kind of have an eye, right, for... You see something, you know straight away, okay, I need to look at this person, or...
Yeah, I do pretty quick. People always ask me how, and it's like, well, it's quite obvious, isn't it, I think?
Always,
yeah,
always. There's always
right?
one that stands out at St Martin's. There's always the one that stands out at every fashion college. You know, you always straight away, you're drawn to it, you think, oh my God, this one's incredible. Yeah. Even if they make a hoodie, right? But it's how it's constructed, and the thought process.
The idea behind it, the storytelling.
Yeah, you're very good at that. You're very good at picking up on it.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes we do take a punt on someone that might be still quite embryonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that's where we kind of kick in and really, you know, take a punt on people from the beginning and stick with them. And sometimes it takes time for the industry to catch up, you know, and people have to keep carrying on at what they're doing. And 100%. Only after, you know, many years, they suddenly break through.
Well, you know, it's like we had Ashish on here a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, Ashish has been around. I didn't realise how fucking long he'd been around. But the thought process and his understanding of fashion and music makes him like an unsung hero on so many levels.
He's a lovely man.
Oh, really is. And just, because when I think of Ashish, I always think of him as like a relatively new designer. And I don't know why. But he's not. And it's just like...
He kind of keeps out of the limelight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He plays the game well in that he's not overexposed and, you know...
Quite
his business, which I really rate.
Yeah. And you know, does it very well. Because, you know, we know what fashion's like. And when something new comes along, you know, it's like the world wanting suddenly, oh my God, John Galliano is so incredible.
Everyone jumps
He's
on it.
always been fucking incredible. Where have you been? Do you get what I mean? It's like, oh my God, Margiela, he's been there for long enough. It's not just suddenly taken over.
Some of my first bits I bought were Margiela.
Amazing, right?
Margiela and Westwood had to. And I wasn't a fashion girl. I've got no training.
Yeah.
I was out in Italy and my friend had a little store and it was like Helmut Lang.
Oh.
You know?
And, you know, the early Margiela, just everything. It was everything.
I know.
And the fact that you didn't know what he looked like.
I know, the mystery.
The mystery.
I love that. That's like my life motto, keep them guessing.
It was amazing. The whole, you know, ethos behind Margiela came at such a refreshing time. You know, when you bowed out, when you wanted to bail out.
Get out on a high, I say. Yeah.
Amazing, right? Okay. What song did you listen to getting ready to this morning?
I have only just discovered Hollycock. I know that's embarrassing. I know. Where have I
It's not
been?
embarrassing because I find this podcast introduces me to so many people that I've never heard of, and then I go and Google it and I think, where the fuck have I been for 30 years?
Anyway, so I'm making up for lost time and listening exclusively to Hollycock at the moment. I don't know why. I just think her voice is beautiful. It really is just like her voice is perfection, and yeah, I'm just really getting into it.
She was a backing singer for so many people.
Was she?
Yeah, she was. And then she decided, you know, to make her dad's one of the Sex Pistols. Her mum is Jenny Cook. You know, she comes
Jenny
from
from the Slits, right?
Yeah, she comes from such an incredible like family. It's like, you know, they're two pinnacle points of why music is the way it is now.
Yeah.
And then Holly is just like went down this whole avenue and of lovers almost, like reggae is so incredible.
It's beautiful.
And she has this, she's very enigmatic on stage and in her voice, it's amazing. She gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, she's got under my skin. I'd love to like know more about her.
But that's, you know, there you go. Do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holly Cook. If people are listening to this, they don't know who Holly Cook is, go check it out. Seriously, check her out. She's incredible. Okay, if you could raid the wardrobe, right, of anyone, who would it be?
I would raid the wardrobe of Rihanna. I think it's got to be Rihanna. Because she just has turned out so many incredible looks. Whether young designer, big brand, you know, it's all in that wardrobe.
Yeah. And also, the other part of the question is, who, if you could write a song with anyone?
Let's also do Rihanna. Why not?
Yeah, do that. Keep it Riri, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she didn't turn up at the Met this year, which is incredible that she didn't go to the Met because everyone was expecting her to turn up in this outfit and she didn't go. Yeah. And I think that's just Riri. That's even better than turning up.
She's wild and free and we just love it. Yeah. She doesn't play by the rules and she's always just gone her own way, doing what she wants.
And when you see her, you don't see her for a few months and then suddenly she turns up and you think, fucking hell, how amazing does she look?
Pulled it out of the bag.
Always, every time. And yet again, it's that style and attitude together that go hand in hand. Do you know what I mean? It's not about a handbag that she's got. It's not about this. It's about her. And it all evolves around her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not many people that can do that.
Total icon. So yeah.
Okay, love that one. Okay, and what song would you have at your funeral? Always a heavy question, but a really good question.
Yeah, so you know this one's done my head in. Because obviously I want it to be a production. I want it to be fun. I want to, you know, all my loved ones to be there. I want them to have a great time and a laugh. And I kept...
You want it to be a celebration?
Yeah.
Okay.
No sadness.
No sadness. So you don't want people crying?
Why? No,
I don't know. We've had quite a few guests that want the melodramatic. They want people to cry and they want that to go on for like...
I can't take it that seriously.
Laura Roach wanted it to go on for like 6 hours or something.
No, I like things, you know, fast. Like we were saying earlier, like fashion shows, they've got to walk fast. It's like, get it done, half an hour. You know,
so you literally get to carry you in, put you straight in,
honestly,
behind the curtain and shut the curtain and everyone has to leave.
Yeah. Chop, chop.
Like no eulogies, nothing. No one's going to get up and say.
You know what? I won't be there to it. It's not my problem, is it?
No.
But I kept going funny ones, like Another One Bites the Dust. Don't Stop Me Now. Both Queen songs.
Yeah.
I was listening into the car with Rainbow and she was like, Mummy, oh, come on, Mummy, you can't. It's too silly. Like, be a bit serious. I was like, okay. So then I've settled on I'll Be Your Friend, Robert Owens, the classic house, which is quite me. It's in the blood, you know.
It's an amazing track, and Robert's an amazing person. Been through hell and back and still here.
I love him.
And you know, have you ever seen him live?
Yeah, he played live at a club that I was putting on raves with my friends in Naples, and we managed to book him and get him over. And
he sings
he
live
turned the place upside down. Yeah. And he was handing the mic out, like a friend of ours that was a singer had a go, and it was like legendary.
He's brilliant.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous song, and it's like, you know, the message is I'll be your friend. It's like, yeah.
Until the end.
Gone, but yeah.
It's a very, very good song choice for a funeral. I never thought of that one.
I thought of it on the tube on the way here today,
Did
Tony.
you?
Yeah. Because I was like, honestly, just getting to the end of my tether with all these joke ones and then, you know, goth ones, because I was a real...
Was you a goth?
Oh, yeah, I was into...
Why are we not talking about that? How long were you a goth for?
Like, I don't know, a hot 5 minutes.
What did you used to wear when you were a goth?
Oh my God, sellotape as outfits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sellotapes and terrible hair extensions. I worked in Ken Market for a while now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just loads of like many different...
Do you think we need I think we need a new Ken Market.
I'd love one.
That's what's missing in our world. You know, we had Ken Market, we had the Great Gear Market, and we had Hyper that came.
I worked there as well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We all had a turn at Hyper.
All got the sack.
Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, always. I worked in the Great Gear Market for like 6 years and got a sack for stealing. And at Ken Market, you know, everything about Ken Market was just magical. You know, you'd go there, you could buy whatever you wanted to buy, and then eat anything. And, you know, apart from live animals, but I mean, you probably could have got them if you'd asked. You know, but the designers that were in those places were just so good.
Yeah.
So good, because it was a real outlet. It's like what you do Fashion East. It was one place that people go and they know they're going to get up and coming designers. We don't have that today.
Well, Nazir does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got his Fantastic 12s project where he brings lots of young designers and creators together, and they do pop-ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It is. It's really good. He's just done it off his own back, and it's incredible.
I think
but it's not a permanent thing. Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got so much to say. I love him.
Yeah, because we don't realise at the time how lucky we were when we had places like markets that were there, that you could go every day, and you could go to those stores and there'd always be something fresh and new and exciting in there.
It was, it was great. Pete Burns stomping around in full look.
Well, you know, most of the most creative people that we know today come from those places. They come from those markets, whether it be the Bullring in Birmingham, or whether it be the Ken Market or Great Gear Market. They were such creative hubs.
Yeah.
You know,
that energy.
Yeah, pre-social media. And they were social media.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
it was a whole scene. It wasn't just a shop, it was a scene.
100%. You went out afterwards for a drink after work, and everyone would go to the local pubs and the bars and you know, and stay out, and then the next day be like all moaning about how hungover they were, you know, at the market. And it was, you know, you had Martin Degville in the basement at Ken Market. You had all these insanely brilliant people of that moment in there that kind of went on either to do really amazing things. You know, Cutts started in there. James Cutts was in there. There's so many people were
I sold
in
a pair of jeans to Terry Hall.
Did you?
I think he fainted. I was like, oh,
amazing.
Hold it together.
Bless Terry. Another genius. Another genius. Yeah, I think you're very blessed to have come from that era.
I do. I'd landed there just on my feet, straight back from Naples.
Amazing.
Walked in with 70 quid in my pocket, bought a pair of shoes for 50 and went, I've got 20 quid left in my name. I better get a job.
Most important things, new shoes, darling.
Yeah, I know, right? Priorities.
Exactly. Everything else will fall into place when you've got the best shoes on.
And it did, yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I wore them into the ground. Should have bought a couple of pairs like you do with yours.
Well, you know what it is? Before, when I couldn't afford to buy shoes, I remember I flew to New York once and I had a pair of Gucci shoes on that I'd put cardboard in the bottom of with brown masking tape because they had holes that big. I would not let I had to wear, because I still thought I looked good in Gucci shoes, and they had holes like this big. I remember I went through customs and they made me take them off, and the guy pulled all the cardboard out thinking it was a stash, and then was putting his fingers through the hole, and I was sitting there like, oh my God, I'm a tramp. But you know, it was like, that's why I think shoes are really important to me today. But I come from a place where, you know, a new pair of trainers came from someone's house, not a shop. Do you get what I mean? I would go around someone's house and leave my trainers and take theirs. You know. So if anyone wants to come around my house to take my trainers, you're welcome to, because it served me for a while.
Oh my God.
Okay, what's the track that represents how you feel about life right now?
In my life personally, I think Sade Paradise, because I am just so blessed, like we were just saying, and happy. You know, I've got my gorgeous daughter, I've got a fashionista, I've got my friends. I mean, I'm just so lucky, and I just think the minute you put that song on, it just lifts you up.
Totally, 100%.
Yeah, it's just those really positive vibrations, and like also just really breezy. I don't know, there's something about it just makes me think sunshine, summer,
Always.
gorgeousness.
You know what it is? It takes you to a place it has that euphoric feeling.
Euphoric, that's it.
Yeah, and it takes you to a place of happiness. There's something about Sade's voice that's so chic and so stylish.
And effortless, like you were saying earlier.
She can wear a jean and a white shirt and just look
No one wears it better.
No one. A backless dress that was like made of
I
lycra. And the whole world wanted that dress.
I know.
You know, and a red lip, and a big hoop. You know, we all know what hoops do for women and hoops do for anyone, you know. If you're having a bad day, put your hoops in and remember who the fuck you are.
Big earrings, good shoes.
100%. Really important.
Yeah.
Such a great choice.
Oh.
Such a great. Listen, it's been amazing having you on here. You know, the world needs more people like Lulu Kennedy.